Hi, welcome to week 3 of our 5-part series on cybersecurity employee training for Franklin Public Schools. This week we are going to take a closer look at phishing, spear phishing, vishing, and ransomware, so you know what to watch for and the district doesn't become a victim of a cyber breach. We defined last week what phishing is. It's the practice of sending emails that appear to be from a reputable source, with a goal to influence or gain personal information, such as usernames and passwords. Some phishing emails are obvious, and others are not. Here are some things to critically look for in every email you receive: urgency, poor grammar, hovering over the links to see if the pop-up matches what is displaying in the email message itself, requests for money, or requests for you to log in with personal credentials. The next several slides will show you examples of phishing and spear phishing emails. This is an example from Amazon.com, and we've pointed out a few things to take a look at. First of all, if you look at who the email is from, it is missing the A in Amazon and is not a real email address. The second thing to look at is it says Dear Client, which is a generic, non-personalized greeting. And third, if you were to mouse over the link in the middle of the page, you would find that it says on the screen www.amazon.com. However, when you actually mouse over it, it says redirect to KERES something.com. Here is another example. Somebody clicked on a link in an email box and it takes them to what looks like a legitimate Facebook login page. The reality is, this is not a real Facebook page. If you look at the URL, it is fbaction.net, not actually Facebook. So what would have happened if this user had actually logged in with their Facebook credentials? This phishing site would have gathered that user's email address and password. Think about if you are using the same email address and password combination for lots of different logins or lots of different tools or systems, whether they're school district or personal. Once they have gathered that information through this type of phishing scheme, they have your username and password for many, 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 many other systems if they are the same. Here's another one from eBay. Take a look at the questionable sender's address. See the sense of urgency. The date format is not standard US format. There's a threat, fraudulent. You see the word in the email message. And again, if you mouse over the email address that looks like it's assigned into eBay, it really is taking you someplace else. Spear phishing is very similar to phishing, but what makes it more unique is that it actually looks like an authentic email from an internal employee to another internal employee. This is a real spear phishing example that was received this school year from Dr. Patz to Jim Milzer, who is our Director of Business Services. If you take a look at Dr. Patz's from email address, his name is also listed after the actual email address. You see that it involves money and urgency, but you also see that it has some spacing and punctuation errors. You might think, but it's from his iPhone. And this is the Director of Business Services. So it looks pretty legitimate, correct? Jim Milzer then got to thinking, think critically, Dr. Patz doesn't have an iPhone. And also, if you were to reply to this message or you mouse over to who it's really from, you will see that it's from an email address that is not the correct district email address. As you can see, these phishing scams are getting to become very, very sophisticated. So it's important for you to take a look at every message and think and read critically, even when you're in a hurry. Next, we're going to take a look at vishing, which is the practice of eliciting information or attempting to influence action via the telephone. It can also include such tools as phone spoofing. Phone spoofing is the ability for the hacker to make it look like the call is coming from a district phone number, but it really is not. Let's watch this short 2 minutes and 30-second video to see how it's done. I do want to warn you that there is an inappropriate word at the end of this video, so please make sure you are aware of who is around you.
So I invited a few of the world's best hackers to try to hack me and show me where my vulnerabilities are. And now I'm going to meet them in Las Vegas for DEF CON, the biggest hacker convention of the year. They're going to hack me using social engineering, which is essentially hacking without any code. They just use a phone and an internet connection.
You want to do a sample phishing call?
What's phishing?
Phishing is voice solicitation, and basically what you do is you use the phone to extract information or data points that can be used in a later attack.
Let's do it. Who are you going to call?
Maybe I'll call your cell phone provider and see if I can get them to give me your email address.
I bet they're good. I bet they have my back. But yeah, go for it.
I'm going to spoof from your number, so it's going to look like it's calling from you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me okay? I'm sorry. my husband's like, we're about to apply for a loan and we just had a baby and he's like, get this done by today. So I'm so sorry. I can't call you back. I'm trying to log into our account for uses information and I can't remember what email address we used to log the account. The baby's crying and can you help me? Awesome.
In just 30 seconds,
at gmail.com,
Jessica gets access to my personal email address.
Now, if I needed to add our older daughter on our account so she could call in and make changes, how would I need to go about doing that? You would have to send me a secure PIN through a text message? Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't think I'll be able to receive a text message if I'm on the phone. Oh, I'm not on there either? So I thought when we got married, he added me to the account.
Jess uses my girlfriend's name and a fake social security number
5127
to set up her own personal access to my account.
Wait, I'm sorry. So there's no password on my account right now? Can I set that up?
She even gets the support person to change my password.
Thank you so much for your help today.
So she just basically blocked me out of my own account.
I'll get her fed after this. All right. Thank you.
Holy shit. So they just gave you access to my entire cell phone account.
You're gonna have to go on and change your password now because it's Jess, my name.
And all it took was a crying baby and a phone call.
Yeah.
All right, as you can see, that was just one example of what that might look like. One word of advice is never give your password out to anyone via the phone, including Franklin Public School IT staff. If you're unsure if the person is really who they say they are, offer to call the person back so you know that you can verify that it is who is really calling. Let's take a look at what this might look like in a school situation. Here is an example of a transcript of how it might go. Something like this. A caller calls and says, "Hi, this is John Smith from Power School. I've been working with Sean Kelly from your IT department on a Power School gradebook issue, and he asked me to give you a call. Do you have a few minutes for me to work with me on something?" The teacher responds, "Yes." The caller says, "Thanks. Are you on a computer now?" Teacher says, "Yes." The caller says, "Great. Can you log into your gradebook?" "Yes, already there," the teacher says. "Okay, do you see the icon that looks like a piece of paper in the upper right-hand corner?" Teacher says, "No." The caller says, "You don't? Not sure why you don't see it. Would it be okay if I log in as you so I can see what you see?" "Sure," the teacher says. "Great. What is your new username? Is it teacher.smith? "No, it's teacher.lastname. "Oh, that's right," Sean said. Sean said that. "Then your password is," and the teacher says, "MaryJohn123. And that's how simple and easy it is sometimes to phish, to get information, access to things that they should not have access to. The last topic we're going to talk about is ransomware. Ransomware is on the rise, and it's the type of malware that can encrypt your file or lock your computer screen or folders until you pay a ransom through an untraceable payment system. The image here is an example of what will appear on your screen if infected with ransomware. If this were to occur, you would not be able to click or navigate to anything on your computer until the ransom is paid. It holds your computer files hostage. How do you protect yourself? Keep your virus software up to date and make sure your virus software can detect ransomware. Some of the newer versions can do so. Have a backup of your computer and important files. Mouse over important links and think before you click. If you get a ransomware message, let IT know immediately. Here's what we're going to be looking at for next week.